Hey guys, today's quick video. It's gonna be about what delivery driver apps I like to use, why I like to use them, and what's the pros and cons on each one. And I'm gonna tell you what might suit your style better, and what you can do to make some extra money if you don't have a full-time job, but you have a driver's license and you have an okay record. So all of these, I believe all these delivery apps do background checks, but I'm not sure how strict they are. So if you have a felony and stuff, I'm not sure. But I think if it's a theft related felony, they probably won't give you the job. I'm not sure, but you can go ahead, try anyway. I don't think it hurts. So first of all, the apps that I like to use off the bat are Amazon Flex, Roadie, Uber Driver, DoorDash, the Dasher app, and Shipt. But I got fired from Shipt. I'm not sure why. Maybe I took on too many orders at once and I was late, or I said something that went against the community standards. It's pretty strict in California, especially at the Targets. You know, you got to be careful. Just what you say and things that you do. So with that being said, I like Shipt even though I don't work for them anymore. The reason why is because they give incentives to drivers, and I think this is also probably one of the reasons why maybe I was fired from their app. But it's like they give incentives depending if you do more deliveries. So let's say you do 4 to 6 deliveries in a day, you get paid an extra $20 to $50, as much as I've seen. So it depends. Maybe the $50 bonus is for 6 deliveries or 4, and maybe the 20 is for doing 2 or 3. But because of these bonuses, so obviously you want to get the bonus, so sometimes you take on a lot of orders. But also because I was doing it in the holiday season during a storm, it was just really crowded sometimes, and you take much longer than anticipated on the orders. The other thing about Shipt is that you have to communicate with the people, the customer, all the time, or you get kicked out, which I don't really like, because kind of the point of shopping is that you're supposed to as a buyer, you know, if you have somebody delivered to you, you don't really want to be bothered. The whole purpose is that it saves you time and stress from shopping. So having the shopper keep messaging you, not everyone's gonna like that. Some people like it because they can change stuff, or you know, alter their order or whatever, but not everybody likes it. So that one, the Shipt, I like it, but also one thing to remember is don't take too much on at once, like me. Try to be balanced, and I can be a bit of a workaholic. So yeah, sometimes I've even gone past the 12-hour mark, and they've had to like kick me off the shift. So yeah, with all of those, you can really only work a maximum of 12 to 16 hours. Uber only lets you work 16 hours, but I'll keep talking about Shipt for a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the other ones. So pros about Shipt: you get the incentives. The pay is pretty good for the orders because they're bigger orders most of the time. You get to walk, and you don't put a lot of miles on your car. Cons are that you have to spend time scheduling, and that's not very good because you don't get paid for that time. So you don't want to spend a lot of time scheduling, but sometimes it's good. I like to start my day off with the scheduling type of apps. And while we're talking about scheduling apps, let's move on to one last thing. Shipt is like Instacart, but it mostly takes care of like Target orders, a lot of Party City orders, and different things like that. So if you're wondering what Shipt is, it's SHIPT. That's that one. They do a lot of deliveries, but more for shopping deliveries. They do have some other deliveries that you don't shop, like the Party City ones are just pickup, but a lot of them are shopping, like Instacart. So that's like the other Instacart alternative for stores. And they also get a lot of Best Buy and a couple other stores like that. But for them, you get to know the stores, you get to know the Target store, Once you get to know their grid system, it goes letters. On the app, it tells you in small letters where everything is with a letter from the grid. So let's say it's like milk, it'll be like on E6, and it'll tell you on the app. So that one's very easy to find stuff, and you can do your shopping like that. Once you get to know the app, it's much easier and much better. Okay, so moving on to the next app, it would be Amazon Flex. While we're on the topic of scheduling apps, I like this one a lot because this one you get paid for the work you do, not hourly. Although it is based on an hourly wage, if you finish early, you still get paid. So I like this one because I usually finish about an hour early, and I can make say $90 or $100 in 3 hours or less sometimes. So I really like that one. The only bad thing about Amazon is there's a lot of competition, just like with all the driving apps. And sometimes a lot of the work is out in the Irvine or Mission Viejo area if you live in Southern California. But if you live out in other cities, I imagine a lot of those Amazon factories are kind of out. Sometimes the work is out more a distance from where you live. So if that's like that for you, what you can do is start off your schedule with the Amazon or shipped orders, scheduled orders. Do a small block, make $100 or more, and then from there you can switch to ride sharing apps, DoorDash, Uber, or food delivery, because those are random and don't require scheduling. So once you're out there, in the middle of nowhere, you can do those, and sometimes the deliveries will slowly bring you back home. Another thing you could do is, if you have a very high acceptance rate, is take the orders that take you back home and start to make your way back home. But I don't recommend that if you have a low acceptance rate, because it gets affected, and then it can affect your pay on some of the apps. So the higher your acceptance rate, the higher you get better deals and better offers for deliveries. So moving on from Amazon Flex, I like Amazon. It's Amazon. You have to be pretty organized. They're pretty big orders sometimes, but I like it because it's a lot of walking. If you like walking, you'll like Amazon. If you don't like walking, I don't recommend Amazon, because sometimes you do have to walk a lot, kind of like a post office, like the mailman, because a lot of the houses are close together, and you're getting off the car, walking a lot. So for Amazon, it's a little bit more work, but it's a lot of orders at once, which I like. Now moving on to the last one of the scheduling deliveries that I like is Roadie, and I still work for Roadie and do that one a lot. Reason why I like Roadie is because it's scheduled, but they also pop up in real time. So it's not like they're barely now introducing gigs, which I haven't really done. But before, it was just mostly schedule, and you accept and you try to get there right away, except for a few minor exceptions, like Home Depot's. Sometimes the gigs come out early, like at 5:30 in the morning, and you can't really get into the store until 6 or 7 on Sundays, but you can accept the gigs. So for those, obviously you're gonna be late every time, but you can still accept them, and I don't think they mark you as late or anything. Just careful with those. If you accept them early and you don't move, you can get kicked out of the gig. So try to make your way, or take a lunch break if you're being extremely early to your gig and you're gonna be parked sometime. Now the other last two that I also really like is Uber, which Uber has probably made me the most money, but also it can be very stressful because you're dealing with food. So it's a little bit requires a lot of patience, waiting in the drive-through, dealing with people, trying to get the attention of the fast food workers. And when you're doing Uber, you can be as fast as you want, but a lot of times people will slow you down because the food's not ready, or the workers aren't really haven't noticed that you're there. Especially at night, I like to do Uber and DoorDash at night here in Southern California. It's busy all night. You can do it all night long, but the thing is that the pay is very low sometimes because uh you're sitting in the drive-through. Say for a $5 order, you can be in the drive-through for an hour. Luckily, they have minimum wage here, Prop 22. So even if you're in the drive-through sitting there and you're only getting paid $5 for that order, you're still gonna get paid and your tips. So my recommendation is take those small orders anyway. Um, Given that you're willing and able to work and you're not trying to go home or tired. But if you have time and you're getting your day started, just take the small orders. They often lead to bigger orders, and you're more likely to get big orders if you're already at the restaurant with the small order. So just take them anyway, because those Prop 22 checks can kick in, and I've gotten as much as $700 or $800 on a Tuesday on top of my earnings. So that would make the earnings for the week like 1,600 to 2 grand, and then you get another $700 or $800 on top of that in one day. So it's very helpful. It can get you out of situations. And with Uber Eats, another thing I like is that they let you borrow money. If you have the Pro card, you can borrow $100 or $50. I don't remember what's the amount now. And it's a backup balance, and you can pay them back later from your earnings. So that's very helpful. And Uber and DoorDash also, if you drive with them consistently, like all these companies, they provide benefits. If you put in enough hours, you can get health care. You can get money for health care with Amazon and with DoorDash. And you can get benefits if you put in enough hours. With Uber, you can also get paid instantly if you have a good rating. So if you're an Uber driver, it pays to be nice, even when a lot of times I know it's very hard to be an Uber driver, very hard to be a DoorDash driver. But if you're patient and kind, don't let impatience or other people mess up your ratings, like it has done to me before. And now I have like maybe 92 to 95%, but I used to have a pretty high rating. But the higher your rating, the better it is. You get more benefits. So try to be patient, try to be nice, even when the other people aren't being nice to you, because they can always rate you negatively out of spite or something. So just try to be kind and nice. And even when you know the person is wrong, just still be patient, because at the end of the day, you're working with those people and you don't want to affect your paycheck over something petty or somebody that it's not really worth it. So that's the other thing too, is just be kind, be nice, and be respectful. That'll go a long way. And it's something that it's a work in progress that we can all learn, you know. And the last but not least is DoorDash. The Uber, I forgot the scheduling on Uber. It does have opportunities and scheduling opportunities. If you drive more, you get more opportunities. So you can schedule, like say tonight, you can schedule to go grocery shopping tomorrow for somebody. It's possible, but it's not as frequent. Uber is more of a turn on when you want to work and the orders that are coming in. DoorDash is more of a schedule. Same thing, food delivery and stuff, and the orders just come in randomly, but you have to schedule ahead of time to dash for a certain amount of time, except if it's very busy. If it's very busy, you can just dash, or if you're a very high rated driver and you drive with them a lot, it'll give you the option to just dash anytime. But if you're not, then you have to wait until your area is busy. And my recommendation is if you drive a little bit on other apps, you get a little bit more benefits. Other companies offer benefits, like Uber gives you a Costco card for gas. If you drive enough, you can get a free Costco membership, but it's the $60 one, not the $120 one. So you still get good prices. You still get the Costco membership, but you don't get cash back. So one thing that I do to get save money is I use credit cards for cash back, and I pay them off right away. I don't recommend buying things you can't afford with credit cards or things you don't have the money. And I'm not a financial advisor, so please take this with a grain of salt. The other thing I do is I have a Costco membership, and I try to buy everything there, including gas, whenever I can, because at the end of the day, you get a big percentage of it back. With Costco, it's about 6% if you use the City card. A big recommendation, if you have good credit or decent credit, you have a Costco already, get that City Costco card. You get 4% back on Costco purchases. 6% back on gas total, 4% with the with the gas with the Costco City card, and 2% with your membership. And I believe for groceries it's about 4% because you get two and two. So yes, those rewards do stack, and you do get two separate checks. So this year I didn't shop that much at Costco. I only got like $76, but my gas check should be at least 100. Last year I worked a lot more Uber. I got a $300 back just from gas. So it is that's about 5-6 tanks of gas depending on what car you have, maybe less. But it's very helpful, so try to get as much of that cash back as you can. But Uber and DoorDash do offer also cash back apps and services like Upside or special memberships at gas stations or discounts at food stores. So they do try to take good care of their people. And the other thing is, if you're doing any of these delivery apps, don't forget customer support is your best friend. Always do the right thing. Don't take things that don't belong to you, you didn't work for. Except obviously, of course, Uber, if you take an order and it gets canceled, you already have the food. You do have the option to throw away the food, but you could eat that, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. But the other thing I was gonna mention, I just forgot about it. But it's the customer service is your best friend when you're dealing with any of these apps, because you can call them for any little thing, even if people are being the other day someone at Jack in the Box didn't want to complete the order. You can just call them instead of fighting or arguing with the people, and they will cancel it for you. Always remember, you can use them for anything. If the store's closed, take a picture, call them. Remember, always take pictures of your deliveries. If you can, take them with your phone camera and have it as a backup, because you don't know how many times people have said that the thing wasn't delivered and somebody else took it, or it actually was delivered. So just be careful with that too, and make sure you try to always take pictures, and call customer service when you can. If you go to make a delivery and the store's closed, call them. If you can't complete a delivery for whatever reason, you have to use a restroom, so you have an emergency, you can call them. You can do that once or twice. Every once in a while, it won't affect you negatively. But obviously, if you keep doing it, they're gonna know you abuse it. So don't abuse the customer service, but it is your best friend, and they do pay you $3 or $4 for everything. Especially the Uber one, they're very nice. And whenever a restaurant's closed or you're having a problem, they'll always pay you. And given that you're trying to do the right thing, so hopefully you guys can make some money from this. And I've made as much as over $2,000 in a week, sometimes $3,000 in a week. There's not really a limit to how much you can make, but remember, don't drive tired. Take your time. Be careful in the rain or in bad weather. Be respectful. Always check your mirrors, look back, use your signals, and don't rush. You can be fast, but don't rush. And I remember at the end, not rushing is always faster than rushing. And you can make a lot of money with this. I used to make $100,000 or more as a supervisor in an aerospace company, and sometimes on delivery driving I make more than that. So you can set your own schedule. You can work a lot of hours, but also remember to get your rest, spend time with your family. And making money and doing this job can be very addicting. There's a lot of competition, and sometimes you want to get all the orders, and even if you wanted to, you can't do all the orders. There's too many people, and it's busy. Sometimes it's a little slow, but you can always combine the apps or do other things. When it's slow, take the day off, or just work on some other stuff. Wash your car, go pump gas, eat. Use your time wisely, and you can enjoy this job and make money from it. But remember, if you're getting too stressed out, take a break, take a vacation. And the other thing too, if you do independent contract work, you can always get a lot of money back on your taxes, and you can invest your money before tax time. So that's another pro of working in this. Cons, I would say, you put a lot of mileage on your car, so that's an expense you also have to think about. And for sure, you have to pay your taxes at the end of the year if you owe any. So have fun, enjoy it, and remember those things. And just remember, you can do whatever you want to do if you work hard. The Bible says, in all labor there is profit. but pure talk leads to poverty. So go work hard, enjoy your day, be kind, and remember there's plenty enough to go around for everyone. All you gotta do is show up and put in the work, and let's go provide the service. And this holiday season, you are Santa Claus. You're delivering everything to these people, to these kids, the toys, the things that they need. And sometimes, like working for Rody, you get to deliver medicine, or now even for the other app. So it's sometimes it feels good to know that you can make someone's day. Sometimes the people, they need a drink, they're having a hard time, and it's raining or a storm, and you can go take them that little beer they need or something, and they feel so happy to see you. And for me, it just feels good to know that you can help people with the service, and so keep serving. It feels good to serve, to know that you're essential to society, and that people need and rely on your work. It feels good. So yes, your job is meaningful. Go do it, whether it's cleaning a toilet, delivering food, or you have a CEO job. Just remember your job is meaningful. You just have to remember that there's meaning in the little things, like getting something to eat, medicine, deodorant, all sorts of stuff. And a lot of the people who are customers on these rideshare apps are not just lazy people. That people want to categorize all customers as lazy people, but some of these people, they're on wheelchairs, and some of them are disabled, so they can't go out and get stuff for their own. So it's good to have people do these jobs, because not everyone is blessed to have a car or feet or arms to be able to go to the store and be able to shop for themselves. So if you have the ability to do that and you can do it for other people, that's a gift and a talent. To have the patience and skill to know where everything is, it's also great. So if you enjoy grocery shopping anyway, you can go do it for other people. But yeah, take care. And sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. It's just that when you realize how important these little jobs are, you realize that you do and can make a difference in somebody's life. So thanks for watching. Enjoy this and enjoy your work, and take care of this holiday with your family. Remember, don't drink and drive, and be safe.